All right, as far as tools required, we have a cutoff wheel. That's to cut the bumper. You can probably use some type of sawzall or similar device, potentially a jigsaw. We have a 4mm Allen socket on a impact. Impact not necessary, but helpful during certain points of this install. 8mm Allen socket, 10mm socket, 8mm socket, T30 Torx, 16mm socket on a ratchet, 11mm wrench, 10mm wrench, 7mm with a ratchet to drive it, 2.5mm Allen wrench, 4mm Allen wrench, a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit. All right, so behind me you see most of the splitter kit. We have the structural tube right here. We have some diffusers, some splitter diffusers right there, and then we have the splitter blade itself, which is obviously the large part there. It is upside down right this moment. We are going to then install the structure and then probably the splitter dam. I don't know exactly. We'll figure it out as we go. That's most of the kit components. We also have a hardware kit, and then we have 2 pieces of air dam. The hardware kit includes all the bolts, nuts, and washers required for the install, some splitter ties as well. All right, so at this point we've got the structural tube installed onto the car. We're pretty happy with how strong it is. We've already stood on it, but I'm going to walk you through how I did that really quick, because ultimately you're going to want to install the structural tube first to get the ties set and make sure that everything kind of lines up. We're then going to take it off and then install it again. I think that's going to be the best way to do it at the end of the day, and go from there. I hope that makes sense. All right, so under here, those 2 rear bolts, you see the tube going to them. Let's see if I can, right there. We removed those factory 15mm bolts. They are M10 by 1.5. We then installed some longer bolts there so that that kind of locates the tubing, as it were. And then up here, we ended up doing our, all right, so on this side we have a splitter tie installed. We went up here with an M6 through the clevis, obviously, 25mm bunt head cap screw, washer, and a nut. And then up here, same thing. We used a M6 by 20mm, I think. I don't know. We'll figure that out here in a second. And then that installed that clevis, which then goes to splitter tie. The opposite side is a little different. So because of this location right here, we had to go with a hex head with a washer. But same thing down here in that we have a M6 small washer on the inside of that tube, which goes through that tube like so. Can't see up in there, but it's there. And then basically that means that everything's kind of installed roughly where we want it. We're going to take it back apart and then install the splitter. All right, so right this moment we have the splitter installed with the air dam loosely installed. The splitter is bolted to the crash structure, or not the crash structure, the support structure, which again is the ties and everything. We've now leveled the splitter as far as fore and aft where we want to go, which would be lengthening and shorting those splitter ties right there. We have the rear bolts bolted up. We're going to try and throw on the bumper like this. We don't know exactly if the bumper is just going to go on or not. Fingers crossed it does. But as you can see really quickly, it is quite strong. I am now bouncing on it and it's not moving. Well, it's moving a little bit, but not bad. About what I would expect from a polyweave splitter. Again, we're also going to do the sheet seal real quick. We're going to install some sheet seal to not scratch up the bumper. Something to note on the bumper, we did have to make that bumper trim. So right there, we cut that basically that triangle out. I don't know if that's being seen or not. Hopefully it is. We cut that triangle out on the bottom side of the splitter, or the bumper. Holy crap. So the splitter ties can pass through it. This also allows the bumper to be installed after the splitter's installed, which is super nice. Alternatively, if you wanted to kind of do it through the bumper, you could just drill a hole, but I would recommend doing it this way so you can remove the bumper when you want. Again, we'll see if the bumper actually goes on with the splitter installed. If not, we're gonna have to take the splitter down and then install the bumper and then do the splitter after the bumper is already installed. Again, we're trying to figure out the easiest way to install it right this moment, so we're gonna find out and go from there. All right, guys, so we have finalized the install, but ultimately what we did was we did install the bumper after we did the splitter. So we can actually install the splitter and the support system, which is like that tubing, all together, and then bolt it to the car, and then install the bumper after the fact, which is super nice, super easy for you guys, really beneficial to basically everyone all around, I think. To finish off the install, we basically tighten up the air dam. It's recommended to use an impact. Using an impact allows the serrations to kind of like bite into that air dam. And then I always recommend ensuring with an Allen wrench that the bolt is actually tight. If it continually spins, the serration's probably not grabbing. Probably need to figure out what's going on, fix it, and move forward from there.